In today's video, we are going to read and learn advanced vocabulary words and phrases from a news article. This is an article from apnews.com. Now, if you're ready, let's get right into it. First, let's read the headline. Feeling crowded yet? The U.S. Census Bureau estimates the world's population has passed 8 billion. 1. Census. Census is a noun. A census is an official survey or count of a population, typically including details about the people, such as their age, gender, occupation, and other relevant information. We can use it this way. The U.S. Census Bureau conducts a census every 10 years to analyze population changes and plan for the future. Now, here are other examples. My family and I filled out the census forms to ensure our community gets the necessary resources. Here's another one. In history class, we learned how ancient civilization also conducted censuses to understand their population. Now let's move on to the first few paragraphs. Try to read along with me so you can practice your pronunciation. The human species has topped 8 billion, with longer lifespans offsetting fewer births, but world's population growth continues a long-term trend of slowing down, the U.S. Census Bureau said Thursday. The Bureau estimates the global population exceeds the threshold September 26, a precise date the agency said to take with a grain of salt. The U.S. nations estimated the number was passed 10 months earlier, having declared November 22, 2002 the day of 8 billion, the Census Bureau pointed out in a statement. The discrepancy is due to countries counting people differently or not at all. Many lack systems to record births and deaths. Some of the most populous countries, such as India and Nigeria, haven't conducted censuses in over a decade, according to the Bureau. 2. Has topped. This is a verb phrase. This means that this indicates reaching or surpassing a certain number or level, often in the context of records, statistics, or measurements. In the context of the article, has topped is used to convey that the global population has reached and exceeded the significant mark of 8 billion. Now, here is an example. According to recent estimates, the world's population has topped 8 billion. Now, here are other examples. The new movie has topped the box office charts, making it the most watched film of the year. Here's another one. Her score in the competition has topped all previous records, showcasing her exceptional talent. 3. Offsetting. Offsetting is a gerund or a present participle that refers to the act of balancing or compensating for something, often to counteract an effect or to achieve equilibrium. Now, in the context of the article, offsetting is used to describe how longer lifespans are balancing or compensating for the fewer births in the overall population. Now, here is an example. The increased number of elderly individuals is offsetting the decline in birth rate, influencing global population dynamics. Now, here are other examples. Conserving water at home can be offsetting the environmental impact of daily activities, contributing to a sustainable lifestyle. Here's another one. Regular breaks during work hours are essential for offsetting the stress that can accumulate throughout the day. 4. Take with a grain of salt. Now, this is an idiom. This means to be skeptical or cautious about the truth or accuracy of something. It suggests not fully believing or trusting the information provided. Now, in the context of the article, take with a grain of salt is used to advise caution when considering the specific date provided for when the global population exceeded 8 billion, as there is some uncertainty or skepticism about its accuracy. Now, we can use it this way. While the Census Bureau provides a date for surpassing 8 billion, it is wise to take it with a grain of salt, considering the variations in global counting methods. Now, here are other examples. When reading online reviews, it's essential to take them with a grain of salt, as opinions can be subjective. Here's another one. Heard a rumor about a new product launch? Take it with a grain of salt until you get official confirmation from reliable sources. Word number 5 is discrepancy. Discrepancy is a noun. This refers to a difference or inconsistency between two or more things, often in terms of date, facts, or opinions. Now, in the context of the article, discrepancy is used to explain the variation or difference in the estimated global population between the U.S. Census Bureau and the United Nations due to different counting methods among countries. Now, here's an example. The discrepancy in population estimates between the Census Bureau and the United Nations highlights the challenges of consistent counting methods globally. Now, here are other examples. There was a discrepancy between the predicted and actual sales figures for the new product. Here's another one. The students noticed a discrepancy in the answers they got for the same math problem, leading to a discussion about different approaches. Now let's move on to the next few paragraphs. While world population growth remains brisk, growing from 6 billion to 8 billion since the turn of the millennium, the rate has slowed since doubling between 1960 and 2000. People living to older ages account for much of the recent increase. The global median age, now 32, has been rising in a trend expected to continue toward 39 in 2060. Countries such as Canada have been aging with declining older age mortality, while countries such as Nigeria have seen dramatic declines in deaths of children under 5. Fertility rates, or the rate of births per woman of childbearing age, are meanwhile declining, falling below replacement level in much of the world and contributing to a more than 50-year trend on average of slimmer increases in population growth. Word number 6 is brisk. Brisk is an adjective. This describes something that is active, energetic, or happening at a quick and lively pace. It can refer to speed, activity, or movement that is both lively and refreshing. Now, in the context of the article, brisk is used to portray the pace of world population growth, indicating that while it continues, the rate has slowed compared to previous years. For example, the brisk growth in the world population witnessed over the last few decades is now showing signs of slowing down. Now, here are other examples. Taking a brisk walk in the morning can be a great way to start the day with energy. Here's another one. The brisk conversation at the party made it clear that everyone was enjoying themselves. 7. The turn of the millennium. Now, this is a phrase. It refers to the period around the year 2000, making the transition or change from the 20th century to the 21st century. Now, in the context of the article, the turn of the millennium signifies the time around the year 2000 when the world witnessed significant changes, including brisk population growth. For example, during the turn of the millennium, the world experienced a surge in population growth, setting the stage for the demographic trends we see today. Here are other examples. Many technological advancements occurred around the turn of the millennium, shaping the way we live today. Here's another one. Fashion styles often revisit trends from the turn of the millennium, giving them a modern twist. 8. Account for. So this is a phrasal verb. This means to explain, justify, or provide a reason for something. It can also mean to represent a proportion or part of a whole. Now, in the context of the article, account for is used to explain the reasons behind the recent increase in the global population, attributing it to factors like longer lifespans and changes in mortality rates. For example, the rise in life expectancy and reduced mortality rates account for the steady growth in the world's population. Now, here are other examples. Can you account for why the project was delayed? Here's another one. Higher education costs often account for a significant portion of a student's expenses. 9. Mortality. Now, this is a noun. This refers to the state of being subject to death or the rate of deaths in a specific population or group. Now, in the context of the article, mortality is used to discuss the number of deaths in a population, emphasizing how changes in mortality rates contribute to shifts in global population trends. Now, here's an example. Improvements in healthcare have led to a decline in mortality rates, impacting the overall growth of the world's population. Now, here are other examples. Studying mortality patterns helps scientists understand health trends in different regions. Here's another one. The mortality of certain plant species is affected by changes in climate conditions. Now, let's proceed to the next few paragraphs. The minimum number of such births necessary to replace both the father and mother for neutral world population is 2.1. Demographers say almost 3/4 of people now live in countries with low fertility rates around or below that level. Countries with fertility rates around replacement level include India, Tunisia, and Argentina. About 15% of people live in places with fertility rates below replacement level. Countries with low fertility rates include Brazil, Mexico, the US, and Sweden, while those with very low fertility rates include China, South Korea, and Spain. Israel, Ethiopia rank among countries with higher than replacement fertility rates of up to 5. Such countries have almost 1/4 of the world's population. Only about 4% of the world's population lives in countries with fertility rates above 5. All are in Africa. Global fertility rates are projected to decline at least through 2060, with no country projected to have a higher than 4 by then, according to the Bureau. 10. Fertility rates. Now, this is a noun phrase. This refers to the average number of children born to women of childbearing age in a specific population during a specified time period. Now, in the context of the article, fertility rates are discussed as a key factor influencing population growth, and the article mentions a decline in fertility rates globally, contributing to a slower increase in population. For example, the decline in fertility rates in many countries is reshaping global demographics and impacting population growth. Now, here are other examples. Economic factors can influence fertility rates, affecting family planning decisions. Here's another one. Experts analyze fertility rates to understand demographic changes and predict future population trends. 11. Replacement level. Now, this is a noun phrase. This refers to the fertility rate at which a population replaces itself from one generation to the next, maintaining a stable overall population. Now, in the context of the article, replacement level is mentioned as the minimum fertility rate needed to keep the population stable, neither increasing or decreasing in the long run. Now, here are other examples. Maintaining a fertility rate at or above replacement level is essential for preventing population decline in many countries. Now, here are other examples. In a sustainable forest, trees are planted at a replacement level to ensure a constant supply of wood. Here's another one. Replacing outdated technology with newer more efficient models is crucial to maintaining a replacement level of productivity. Next, projected to. Now, this is a verb phrase which indicates an estimation or a prediction of a future event or trend based on current data or trends. Now, in the context of the article, projected to is used to discuss anticipated changes in global fertility rates, suggesting an estimation of how they will evolve in the future. For example, global fertility rates are projected to decline through 2060 according to the latest estimates. Here are other examples. The economy is projected to grow by 3% next year, according to financial analysts. Here's another one. The new technology is projected to revolutionize the way we communicate in the coming years. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for learning English with me. I'll see you in the next video.